as of today, I am not in favor of what I have learned about it.
Major reversal for Hillary Clinton, who now says she does not support President Obama's Trans-Pacific Trade Agreement, known as TPP. Now, just a few years ago, Secretary Clinton called it the gold standard for trade agreements, but in a new major break from the White House, and her former boss, Mrs. Clinton, says she has too many concerns.
I'm worried. I'm worried about currency manipulation not being part of the agreement. We've lost American jobs to the manipulations that countries, particularly in Asia, have engaged in. I'm worried that the pharmaceutical companies may have gotten more benefits and patients and consumers fewer. I think that there are still a lot of unanswered questions.
So Hillary Clinton was for it before she was against it. Where have we heard this before, Joe?
John Kerry in 2004. But that's the actual answer. Here's the thing. Politicians flip-flop all the time. It happens. They evolve on issues. That's the new word. Now I evolved on gay marriage and so on. The problem with this is she wrote the agreement. She called it a gold standard, and she's only changing, and it's so transparent. There isn't one person who's saying, oh, good. No, you're a Democrat. Oh, good, she's on board now. All she's trying to do is jump on the Bernie Sanders bandwagon. Nothing more, nothing less. And Bill Clinton probably could sell that flip-flop here.
Absolutely.
She can't.
Right.
She can't.
So do you think, I'll take this to the panel. Do you guys think this matters to Democratic voters who may have made up their minds already or may not have made up their minds? Do you think that she's going to win any of these Bernie Sanders
I absolutely
voters?
think so. And this comes back to when she was running against President Obama, when she said that, look, I'm for guns. I think, like my dad used to take me out back and teach me how to shoot and things like that. And now she's flip-flopping on. She's going to lose a lot in the purple states where, rural Democratic states. She's going to lose those. And this is just another example where she is going to be taken to task on this, I think, by the left.
Now, do you think that if TPP were actually explained well, because I'm in favor of TPP and I'm a Democrat and I'm on the left, but
how do you know what TPP is? Because we haven't had it released yet. We don't know what's in the documents.
They've released a little bit of the documents,
but not the whole thing.
And they've released part of the process. True, I understand that point of view, but thus far, the explanations from the right and the left have been pretty comprehensive. And even Hillary Clinton, up until now, was making a pretty good argument for it. Do you think that there are Democrats who might actually be in favor of TPP, Obama-esque Democrats, Obama progressives, who may have lost Hillary on this, just don't agree with her?
I think they understand that Hillary is just basically doing whatever she can to eliminate the competition. So she's trying to become more populist like Bernie Sanders, because you'll know that in the polls, she's really, the gap between them is really lessening. So she is concerned about that. She was supposed to be the inevitable candidate, but we saw with Kevin McCarthy, he was the inevitable candidate for Speaker of the House. He's gone down in flames today. Hillary senses that. And when these political winds start stirring and we have this chaos, then it really concerns her. And so she's trying to take those positions where she thinks Bernie Sanders can one-up her and make sure that he's not a threat.
Speaking of polls, isn't there a new poll out today you want to tell the folks
about? New Quinnipiac poll out, you are right, that says presidential swing states show that Hillary Clinton is trailing several Republicans. In Pennsylvania, she's been trailing Ben Carson by 9 points. She's also trailing Jeb Bush, who's also trailing the rest of the Republican field. And Carly Fiorina, she is trailing by 4 points. So in Ohio, Dr. Carson is ahead of former Secretary Clinton by 9 points, and Marco Rubio is ahead by 4. Governor Bush has a 2-point disadvantage. You guys, does this even matter at this point?
Well, we're still
general election
like
polls?
you said, we're 375 days away from that. I think she has a rough primary ahead of her. I think as these more emails come out, it's going to be a daunting task for her to overcome it. Like Joe said, Bill might have been able to come over this with the, let's debate the meaning of the word is, but he was a smooth operator. Hillary's not. Hillary's what they call, Matt Drudge called her a brain on a stick. She cannot overcome this. She doesn't have the charisma. She definitely doesn't have I don't think she has the intelligence to overcome it, and the evidence is clearly against her. Let's see what the primary does first.
It finally hit me who she is. And I don't know how many people at home watch House of Cards, but she is Claire Underwood.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
no, Claire Underwood was
charming.
smooth.
She's very charming.
Yeah, smooth and impossibly attractive, too. I mean, I love my wife.
She looks like Cecile Richards.
Did you like her with the dark hair or the blonde on the show?
Blonde.
Blonde, okay. Yeah, but the point is...
Running outfit or professional?
I can't
running
answer.
out.
You
professional.
guys.
Always professional. Anyway, take over this conversation. It's gone sideways.
But my bigger question is, she's doing very well among Democrats. In the national Democratic poll, she's doing very well, better than any Republican is. So in some polls, it does seem to matter. But when she's facing Jeb Bush, who may very well not be the nominee, but the Democrats have put all of our eggs in that basket, assuming that she's running against him.
Right.
Do these general election polls really matter at this point?
really what it comes down to is fundraising right now. That's why we saw Scott Walker get out. That's why we saw Rick Perry get out. So in this, even on the Democratic side right now, she wants to push the donors away from signing on to Bernie Sanders or Martin O'Malley, and so we see it in the fundraising. Yes, yes, yes.
I think that's her biggest fear right
Obviously,
now,
yeah.
is obviously Biden, but you're exactly right. The polls dictate where the money's going to go, which horse you're going to back in these situations. And right now when people see that, oh my God, she's going to lose to Jeb Bush, who's only at 4% among Republicans, that's crazy. Anyway,
Well,
what do you got to say?
Up next, should Donald Trump be worried about El Chapo? What do you guys think?
Well, who knows? But if you go to newsmaxtv.com/comments, you can let your voice be heard. And yes, we're going to talk more about Trump, Chapo, security, $100 million. It's nuts.